Welcome back to the channel. We are here March 14th. It's going to be today's breakdown, Sunday night slate for Draftkings. We have I believe, was it 7 game? Let's see. We got a 6 game slate starting at 7 o'clock, ending at 9 o'clock. Let's get straight into it. 7K and below. I'm giving you the value studs of today so you can pay up for the expensive guys. And not saying we got super cheap guys, but in that middling range from the 5 to the 6K. There's still some gems here. There's news constantly coming out with a ton of injuries. Trae Young was a questionable, but he is now, probable. Clint Capella is going to be out, so you can find value there. If you're looking at Atlanta and you need a big, they're going to be banging with Jared Allen. And with him out, you can see, let's see, they got any power forward or center. It's looking like Collins. Hold on. Let me take out the C. Fernando is a backup. They don't really give minutes to tonight, but if you're looking for a backup center, I will look at Fernando. All right, they like him as a rookie. He's going to be getting the bulk of the minutes if Clint Capella is out, or they can go with small ball, and you might see more Danilo Gallinari. But before we get into that, let's start at the point guard position. We're starting off with Kevin Porter. They got him from the Cleveland Cavaliers, and I liked him, especially last year as a second-year player right here. He did very well for the Cleveland Cavaliers coming off the bench as a six-man. This man is very dynamic, can score. They're running him as the point guard for the Houston Rockets. This is a steal. He's going to be very, very active. He's getting a ton of minutes. He has talent. He has a lot of talent. We're going to go with Kevin Porter Jr. at 5K. The price is going up. You had two premium, times to use him in a back-to-back situation against the Kings and the Utah Jazz. He got you 42 DK. He got you 47 DK. I can see that type of performance in this game. For some reason, the Boston Celtics, they're not to be trusted, and they tend to struggle on Sunday games. I don't know why. We'll see. We'll see. Not saying the upset can happen, but Rockets did play tough against the Utah Jazz. All right. Next player we're gonna look at. You know what? Let's go to my guy. My guy, if he's even in here. He's not in here. Hold on. Let's type in Martin. There you go. KJ Martin Jr. Kenny Martin's son is in the NBA. He's been getting minutes and he has been producing. He's coming off the bench. He's not necessarily starting, but I definitely like him at 4,500. I have his rookie card. This dude is a solid small forward, power forward. He has the capabilities and ability to definitely go off. They raised his price to 4,500. He's just like Kevin Porter. I think these are my two favorite Houston Rockets between KJ Martin Jr. and Kevin Porter Jr. Play the juniors, all right? You see a junior, play a junior, all right? KJ Martin, fantastic rookie. I like what I see out of him. And if you wanted a third Houston Rocket, you can go with Sterling Brown. He's more of a three-point specialist. Does a little bit of some other peripherals in the rebound department, maybe a couple steals, but he really needs to knock down his three. So I gave you 3 value plays from the Houston Rocket team since they're totally decimated. They're not playing any guys. They're trying to trade PJ Tucker. There's a mess going on in Houston, but you need to take advantage with these young guys that they have. Porter Jr. and Martin Jr. are my 2 favorite plays of today's slate. Next, we're going to have all juniors. We're going with Otto Porter Jr. coming back from back injury. He's working his way back into the lineup. 18 minutes against Philadelphia. Miami had 12. He should have had a better performance than that, but I definitely see more minutes coming to him against the Toronto Raptors. And Toronto Raptors, with all their injuries, they struggle against the forwards, the big wing guys that can pop and knock down threes. And Otto Porter is definitely that guy. The Bulls are going to need his scoring to Booster, Levine, and Kobe White. This team is fully loaded now. Everyone's back healthy with Markkanen and Wendell Carter now back, but Otto Porter Jr. does provide a spark off that bench, and at that price, the minutes expected that he should get should be to that 20 to 25 minute area at 4,400. That's not. There's more. to him. That's why he averages 22 DK per game. So I expect a bounce back game from him. Next player that we're going off with is going to be John Collins. And like I said, when he's below that 7K range, we're going to keep going at him. He shouldn't be this cheap. Cleveland is a tanking team, so there's going to be less effort. Obviously, he should have went off against the Sacramento Kings because they are a horrible defense. This can be a bounce back scenario. He belongs in that 7K range. You saw him 7K against Toronto, and you saw some of his blowout spots coming before the All-Star break. Against Denver, he had 35. Against OKC, he had 37, and against Miami, which was super, super unexpected, 58 DK. So that upside is there. The price is very cheap. And on a Sunday where there's not that many mid-tier guys, you got to go with someone that is solidified in the offense. He is the number 2 option, especially if Clint Capella's out. John Collins is going to be an absolute staple for the Atlanta Hawks. And then last but not least, we are going to go with Wendell Carter Jr. Junior everywhere. If your lineup don't have now at least 3 juniors, it's not good enough. It's not going to win. All right. We're going with Wendell Carter Jr., 5,500. He was this price all coming towards the week before at that 5K range. And you saw the blowout spots against Houston, 42, against Minnesota, 42. He belongs in that 6K range. I like him at this price. We're going to take full advantage of him at this price. The minutes should go up. Against Toronto, where he's going to be dealing with Aaron Baines, who's someone that is very exploitable. He can match him at, going out to the 3-point line because Baines likes to chuck threes. But in that paint area, Wendell Carter Jr. can definitely expose him, get those rebounds. I'm expecting a double-double from Wendell Carter Jr., and especially the Bulls bouncing back from 2 losses against Philly and against Miami, going up against a Toronto team that is fully depleted. Wendell Carter Jr. at 5,400 is a solid play. We're going to go to FanDuel and see, compare some prices. Make sure that these guys are either they're cheaper on that side or more expensive, and see if we can find some value. We're just going to hop in this one. And some of the plays I have, let me type them in here. All right, let's see. Wendell Carter Jr., 5,300 compared to 54. He's going to be cheaper on FanDuel, so I'll lean towards him on FanDuel. Otto Porter is 4,200 compared to 44, so you're getting another discount on FanDuel. I'm liking what I'm seeing here. The big guys that I really like from Houston, which is Kevin Porter, he's 6K. They really priced him up because they see the talent in him, and he's especially cheap on DraftKings. Focus on him on DraftKings. You'll see that he's 6K on FanDuel. Watch out for that one. And then Kenyon Martin Jr. right here is 3,500. That is a steal at 35 and compared to 45. So take advantage of these price discrepancies. Obviously, there's more stricter, pricing on FanDuel. There's more flexibility on DraftKings with positions, but with pricing, you can spend up in higher places. But if you get a cheaper guy like Kenyon Martin right there at 35, you can definitely take advantage of the center position and pay all the way up there, and the point guard position and pay all the way up there. All right. Let me know how you feel about the core. If you see any other news, comment down below. Let me know if you like the content, if you see anything you want me to cover to help better my videos and help grow this channel. I'm fully aware and I'm willing to do that. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessNetJSD, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.